Welcome to Motivational Monday. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today we're going to do a mic drop. But before we start, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, especially if you find value in this presentation. So what's this mic drop? Okay, so anytime you have one of these sayings, it's just like there's silence in the room after you hear it, that's a mic drop. So who said it and what is it about? Okay, so the person who said it name is Confucius. Now, Confucius was a Chinese philosopher, and his name was Latinized because he became very popular in the West, and so we call him Confucius. But in all seriousness, he was a Chinese philosopher. And what did he say? Okay, so he said, a man has two lives, and he begins to live his second life after he realizes he only has one life. Boom. That is just so powerful. Now, the reason it's so powerful is because we kind of think that we have all these years in the bank, and especially if you're younger, if you go through your 19 to, let's say, 29, you kind of think like you have all your time in the world to, build your future. And then things kind of happen, and before you know it, you're 29, and some of you may be already starting a family. And then you kind of like say, okay, it's cool. It's cool to be 29, to be single, and to live a life, the same way I've lived when I was 19. Today, it's accepted, right? But all of a sudden, you wake up and you're 39, and then things start moving, okay? And hopefully by then, you've started moving in certain aspects of your life that you want to really care about and change in your life. And then before you know it, you're 49. I don't need to say it anymore, 49, 59, 69, and we should live that long. So this is the point, is that we kind of think that we have all the time in the world, but in all truthness, we never know when it's going to be taken away from us. So we have a choice in life. And yes, I've said this before, but the urgency of taking it now seriously and really being fully committed and fully aware of the fact that we only have one life and we can't replicate it. I mean, I wish sometimes I could go back and be as good as father to my eldest kids as I am to my younger kids, just because I realize today that I don't have as much time with them. I don't have that luxury, okay, of setting up that precedent, because your relationship with your teenage and later on in life is really based on your relationship with your kids when they're young. Yes, you do have second chances. Yes, you can change it around. Yes, you are still in control, that you can empower yourself in order to make a better relationship with the ones that you love around you. But it is much harder, okay? It definitely takes a lot more effort and a lot of more concentrated effort, not just knowing to spend the time, but to knowing how to spend the time, because you'll get all the pushback in the world because they say, hey, you didn't do with us when we were kids, right? And this is kind of like the catch-22, is that we only get a chance to live things once. I know in my lifetime, when I give like a speech or I'm invited to some sort of event, okay, and there's multiple events that follow, usually my second night is better than my first night, okay, just by the fact that, okay, I got it out of the way, I kind of gave my delivery, but the second night you feel a little bit more at ease. You kind of, are much more a comfort zone because you did it the night before. And unfortunately, life only gives us one chance. However, with that one chance, we have multiple opportunities on a daily basis to set things straight, okay? Now, I've said this before, and I've quoted it just recently. Bill Gates one time said that we overestimate how much we can accomplish in a year and underestimate how much we could accomplish in 10 years. And I can't emphasize that anymore. And these are the things that really set us apart. And I've seen people in my lifetime that I've educated, okay, that I've given them direction in life, and they're ahead of me. And that's only because they took it much more serious at a much younger age, where I was going through different adversities at that time, and they were able to just build and build and build and build. It's not done overnight. It's not by chance, okay? When you see a successful person, it's a set of things over a period of time that they continuously do right. It's not just a fluke that it happens. Yes, do you sometimes get freebies in life? Absolutely. Is there those instant successes? There are. But the ones that sustain it over time have earned it because they've continuously continue to build on it from year to year. And that is what we're talking about. That is what separates some of the people that have not been successful with the people that have been successful, because they're able to build from year to year. And I think that that's really very relevant. And just to realize the time is passing by. Time is not going to be, you can't buy time, right? I mean, you'd like to think that we could buy time. If you have, if you have a comfortable living or a comfortable income, then you have more time to spend with your kids. It's true. But when they were younger, you've missed those opportunities. So don't miss those opportunities. Don't miss the chances that you get now, especially if you're younger, because you think you have so much time in the bank, okay? You ever see one of those kids that, that are spoiled because they come from a rich family and they just spend. That's what we are when we're younger, and we think, oh, we'll take care of that later. Like, we keep on just procrastinating because we really think that we have all this time. And in truth, it just sneaks up on you. It's just slowly but slowly the time just crawls up on you. So do it today. Set the regimen, set this discipline today, whatever it is that you want to do in your life. I'm not just talking about trading. I'm not just talking about relationships. Anything you want to do in life, set it today. Things are not in a gravestone. Things are not in a tombstone. And as long as you're living, you have that opportunity to set things in the motion that you want to carry yourself for the future. Thank you for joining us for Motivational Mondays. We'll see you here next week.